Okay, first of all, hi and welcome everybody. Let me go ahead and put our notification to Discord through the Twitch API on, and then we will get started with what's going on with for the day. So, let me go ahead and get our music ready too, then I'll adjust the music and then we'll get started with the announcement. So, here we go with the music.
One thing to be taught is dreams are made to be called, and friends can never be bought. Doesn't matter how long it's been, I know you'll always jump in, cause we don't know how to quit. Let's start a riot tonight, a pack of lions tonight. In this world, he stops, won't get anything he wants.
Okay, the Twitch announcement went through. Okay, let me check my Discord a second. Okay guys, let's go ahead and pop up my Twitch, or not my Twitch, but my Twitter for just a second. And let's go ahead and get to my what I put on my Twitter for my announcements here in a second too. Welcome to the other land of dreamers, brothers, sisters, others, yeah. We all fall like that. Ooh. Oh, we're the champions. If we are today, are we on fire? We're on fire. In the whole campaign, doing the whole shebang. Are we on fire? This is the money, the honey before. Oh, nothing's gonna be the same. Hey, hey. Na 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 na. Oh, love that you made, girls that you pray. Hey, hey, yeah. Oh.
Gavin DeGraw. Again, the album is called Find.
Okay, let me find the set where I talk about the announcements. Let's see here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I think this is it. Okay, here we go, right here. Okay, starting with the first part of this announcement, guys, on Twitter. You can always pop this back up on your Twitter, on your end of Twitter when y'all follow me later too. But I put, okay, guys and gals, I have already told a few people of my upcoming streaming projects, so I am going to lay it out right here and right now for accountability purposes too. I will be doing a how-to series of streams for those who want to learn how to stream, and then I put more in tweet 2. Okay, in tweet 2 I talked about I will be teaching Flope how to start his first stream when he gets back to me with the time so I could set his lesson up. I will be doing it like I'm doing this announcement, where when he's on to watch what I do live, I will pop up the Streamlabs OBS like this right here. Let me switch over now though. Or where you can see us like this, I will be showing Backflope, or how you say his name, how to use the scenes, the sources, the mixer, and I will be showing him how to set up his encoder and everything too. And then in the back, let me click on my HP True Vision webcam a second. So give me 1 second. Okay. Filters. Okay, even though my green screen looks like that right now, when I make it to where it hides it, it'll look a lot better than this. But I will be showing Ariel on Twitch, or on Twitch.tv, how to set up a green screen as well. As you can see here, these are my current settings right now, but let's go ahead and move on now.
That was awesome! That was so great! Gavin DeGraw. Again, the album
So now, let's go ahead and go back to Twitter. There we go. Because like I was saying, Ian, again, this is all part of tweet number 2, by the way. I will be showing Ariel how to do the green screen when she has a good time with her job and all, to set up a schedule with me so that I can teach her how to do that live. And then of course I move on to tweet 3, where I will be charging some money for these lessons, by the way, too. So if you are new to streaming and you want a streaming lesson, I'm going to charge $10 for the streaming lesson itself, depending upon how much you want to learn. If you want to learn just the basics, that'll be $10 that you will put in the link in the in one of two donation links that I send. Okay, exclamation donation 1, guys. Once it pops up, we'll bring up the Streamlabs. See, this is our Streamlabs account. You can donate to my PayPal through this link. Please donate. Where it says, please donate, thank you, King K Robot. Or, if you'd prefer to use Patreon, the second link is shown right here. It's got, this is our Patreon page. If you have a Patreon page, but not a Streamlabs account, you can donate to EZLO21's efforts here. Thank you from King K Robot. The $10 or $15 that you pay depending upon the lesson that you want to have from me, we'll go to that. We'll go to one of those. Oh, that's fine, Brayden. This is an announcement for what I'll be doing for future streaming projects. Talking about my my streaming how-to series I'm going to be doing here with my my Zelda 101 channels. And I need to check on my my D Live for a second and make sure nobody's on yet, and they're not. So here we go. Let's get back to what I was talking about now. Okay, like I was also saying for tweet number 3, for Brayton who may have missed it, I will be charging some money for these streaming lessons, depending upon the type of lesson you're wanting. Like if you're wanting to learn how to stream, the basic streaming is going to cost $10 when I teach you how to do it. And that's going to be for Backfloop, or Backflop, or how you say his name. And anybody else who's new to, or for anybody else who's brand new to streaming, that wouldn't affect you though, Brayton, because you already know how to stream. And then, I was also talking about somebody else who was wanting to learn how to use a green screen. And I'm going to charge $15 for that because I'll be taking my green screen off the wall behind me here. Here, let me show you what I'm talking about too. Like, when I click on the right click and click on the filters and stuff, as you can see here, green screen right here, when I take it off the wall right here, as you can see here, when I take it off the wall, it just brings my wall back. But I will be bringing the screen up about like that right there, so I could show y'all how to put up the green screen when I take it down, or after I take it down. And also, like I'm saying, the green screen lesson, Brayton, is going to cost $15. And again, there won't be any text with that, unless you want to add in like unless you want to add 17 to that, so I'll get just the 15 or whatever, and then the Patreon or Streamlabs will get the $2 for their end if you want to do 17. But the overall green screen lesson will cost $15. I mean, as long as I don't really have to, I'm not going to charge a tax. But anyway, let me get back to what I was doing here now. And let me close out this part right here. Yep, $15, Brayton. And that's for the green screen lesson. For somebody who's wanting to learn how to stream basically, for basic. Well, I'm doing 15 to be fair, Brayton, but the 17 would help. That way, when Patreon or Streamlabs get their $2 from their end on their tax, I'll still have the original 15 from it, and that's for the green screen lesson. But the basic streaming lesson, like I'm talking about, let me go back to my Twitter. Okay, like I was talking about for tweet 2 earlier, the first lesson's gonna be for streaming, for basic streaming. Like, if you want to learn how to use the scenes here, like teach you how to make us, make a scene or whatever. You would click on the plus right here, and then of course you'd add in, stuff like that, but you already know that, Brayton. But I'll show that to Backfloop and anybody else who wants a streaming lesson later. And then of course I'll show them how to do sources, the basic sources. The more advanced stuff that I know will cost more money. Like if you want a more advanced lesson, instead of it being 10, I'm going to charge maybe, I'll say 20 probably. Well, I know, Brayton, and that's fine. You can pay me for a green screen lesson when you're ready to learn it. And also, I did some numbers too, guys. If I got 20 people wanting a green screen lesson for $15 a piece, let me bring up my calculator so I can show you. And again, this is just to be fair. Of course, it'll kind of hide my face a little bit, but okay, there we go. Now, if I was doing $15 times 20 people wanting a green screen lesson, as you can see here, that would come to $300. Well, that's good, Brayton. But again, I'm not doing the lesson today. This is just an explanation of what's going to go on in the future for my how-to series. So you know. Anyway, now if I was doing, let me clear that, and if I was doing like 10 times 20 people for a basic streaming lesson, that would still be $200 right there. So that would be $500 for 20 people if they wanted to learn how to stream and do a green screen at the same time. And that would be a pretty good deal too. Oh, that's good, Brayton. Exactly, Brayton. You see exactly what I mean. The two lessons would be different. As you can see here, the first one here the second one I should say for the green screen would be for 20 people for a green screen lesson a piece. 15 a piece would come to $300. The 20 for 10 piece for a basic streaming lesson would come to $200. and that's just from 10 separate dollars a piece for each person. But if I got into the more advanced stuff, if I did $20 times 20 people, that would be $400. And as you can see here, as you can see here, if I add in all of that money right there, that would be $900. And as you can see there, that'd be huge money for me right there. And also, if I taught more advanced stuff that I know, like how to set up like an Elgato game capture with all the settings and stuff that you would have to learn, I'd probably charge, I'd say, between $10 and $20 a piece. Well, I'd be planning on it, Brayton, because I want my deals to be cheap. Like for the Elgato lessons, depending upon what kind of Elgato you got. Like if it's the Elgato HD like I've got, I would say I would charge, let's do, we'll do 17 times 20 people. That'd be $340. Just as long as you give me a time, a date, and work around my schedule, then that would be fine, man. Oh, I can do other lessons too, Bray. Not just for Elgato. You would have to tell me what thing you use for streaming, and we would do a lesson off of that too. But again, that also costs money. And I'd have to know what it is so I would know what to charge too. Like for example, like let me put the money down for a sec, the calculator down for a second.
That was awesome! That was so great!
Oh, that's cool, Brayton. Anyway, hi there, Seth Seeds. Seeds, how are you doing? HTML cloner box. Okay, let me see here. If it's anything like the Elgato, let me go to my streaming section for a second. And let me pop up my Elgato settings and click on right click for a second. Okay, now for the HTML cloner box, if it's anything like the well, that's fine, Seth. Also, like I was saying, Brayton, if your HTML cloner box is anything like the Elgato, to adjust your audio, you'd have to make sure that you don't have the with analog audio on. And then your audio sound would have to be a certain at a certain volume, whereas I got mine right now on 51 for the Elgato. Anyway, moving on. I explain more about that type of stuff in the in whatever lesson you wanted to learn, Brayton. But again, for the HTML cloner box, again, since since you're a mod, you can put the link in the chat, and I will look at it live. Just let me know when you have the link popped up. Hi there, Bala. How are you doing? Okay, anyway, like I was explaining, Bala, for those who may have missed what I'm talking about, let me start back with the first tweet. I put, okay, guys and gals, I have already told a few people of my upcoming streaming projects, so I'm going to lay it out right here and right now for accountability purposes too. I am going to be doing a how-to series of streams for those who want to learn how to stream, and I put more in tweet 2. Oh, that's cool, Brayden. I'll look at it in 1 second. I'm explaining something to Seth and Bala. Yeah, I am, Bala. But anyway, like I was saying, Bala, in tweet 2, I was talking to Brayton, and I'm also talking to Seth and anybody else who's wanting to learn about this. Let me make sure I'm not missing anybody or any comments too. So give me 1 second. Okay, nope. I'm not missing anything. I was just making sure. Well, that's fine, Bala, but anyway, the reason I'm using Twitter here is for accountability purposes too. But like I was saying, for my first teaching session with Backfloop, or however you say his name, I will be teaching him how to do streaming for his first time ever in a session similar to what I'm doing here with this announcement. And then, of course, with Ariel Styles 17, as you can see here in on my Twitter account. She's wanting to learn how to use a green screen, and Brayton says once he starts using a webcam as well that he wants to learn how to use a green screen too, so that would be $30 right there for me, just from the green screen lessons alone. Anyway, moving on to tweet 3, like I was saying, I will be charging some money for these lessons as well. I am going to charge $15 for the green screen lesson, since I will be removing it from my wall and putting it back up live. That way y'all can see how I'm doing it. And I will do the settings and reapplying them as well too in front of everybody live. In front of the live session, by the way. And then in tweet 4, where it says I will be teaching how to set up a basic stream for at least $10. So if you ever wanted to learn how to use either of my lessons, I expect to be paid for the respective prices. If you too want to learn these lessons as well, since I will be placing them in a paywall of sorts as well. And what I mean by that paywall is I'll be putting them private on my YouTube, and then on Twitch I will have to figure out how to put them private that way too. And for any other streaming accounts that I'm using too. That way when That way when somebody else wants to learn how to use these lessons, they'll have to pay me the amount of money that I'm asking for these lessons too. Anyway, let's see here. And I also put, if you already know how to stream but need a green screen lesson, you too can tune into the green screen lesson live via YouTube, Twitch, Mixer, Periscope, or DLive. If you have a Facebook, you'll have to join one of the mentioned services I use for streaming platforms. And then, of course, I also put, I will, of course, after much deciding upon my part, use my EZLO21 channels, which is what I'm doing for this announcement, for these lessons for those who want to stream gaming content. I will use my personally named channel on YouTube for different non-gaming streaming lessons. Yes, all lessons will have a charge to them, and that charge, what I mean by that is, I will charge the respective $10 or $15 or so, depending upon the basic streaming or green screen lessons that you're wanting. And of course, hang on. Sorry about that, guys. My mouth was getting dry, so I had to get a drink of water. Anyway, I also put down here for my sixth. Okay, for my 7th tweet, I put, if you expect any free lessons, sorry to disappoint you ahead of time, but since I stream games for my, for long hours and I am adding these lessons live, my time is going to be, money for these live and in-depth lessons too. I will make a live stream explaining all of this too, which is what I'm doing now. And then I also put, I hope you'll look forward to my explanation soon, which I hope you're enjoying this explanation now, by the way. And I did start my first stream earlier today too, guys, where I did some Nintendo Switch NES Online Thursdays with Super Mario Brothers. I did Super Mario Brothers 3. I did The Legend of Zelda. I did Adventure Link. And I did Wario's Woods. Well, that's fine, Brayton. Anything you missed, Brayton, you can always watch the replay of after you charge your laptop. Then I also put, after the 8th tweet for my 9th and final tweet, I put, if you have any questions, feel free to ask them, no matter your platform of choice, as well, and I will talk to you again after I eat and do my first stream of the day. So that's basically what the last tweet said. And I also put like hashtag streamer support, hashtag how to series, hashtag be a mentor, which is what I'm basically doing here, hashtag be your own boss, which is basically what I am, hashtag awesomeness knows awesomeness. That's basically going to be my slogan, since I use it to talk about when I'm talking with like K-Fresh, Venge, and a lot of other people. And then of course hashtag believe, and then last but not least, hashtag be positive. So I'm going to say, do y'all have any questions or comments while I look on DLive to make sure I don't have any comments? And nope, I don't. So, do you have any questions or comments, guys? I will give y'all a few minutes to make sure, see if y'all have any questions or comments before I get off. That's why I'm saying, Brayton, awesomeness knows awesomeness. You know, especially like Mama Remy, who I rated yesterday. And I also rated, let's see here. But then, the day before that, let me see here. See here, Monday it was K-Fresh. Tuesday, you'd have to look at my previous, you'd have to look at my Tuesday stream to see who or actually, hang on, today is, like I said, today is Thursday anyway, but for my Tuesday stream I forgot who I rated. Well, yeah, Mama Remy is pretty nice. She actually finished Super Mario Bros. 2 yesterday, Brayton. But anyway, do you have any questions or comments? And also, since I'm going back to my Twitter for a second, I'm going to make sure I'm not missing any questions or comments. Let's see here. Okay, nope, I don't have any questions or comments on Twitter. But Ugly Stewie did like my tweet. So let's go back to right here. And while I'm waiting on y'all to see if y'all have any other questions or comments, I am going to open up my other bottle of water. This here. Oh, I know it will be, Brayton. I will be advertising it on Facebook and stuff too, like on Facebook, over my normal streaming, over my just over all my social platforms, basically. And if you feel like you want to promote it on your streams too, Brayton, then that's fine as well. Anyway, let me open up my other bottle of water here. Here we go. Okay, now let me bring my calculator back up for a second. Also, for my how-to streaming series, I will put the prices in on this particular stream too, and then when everybody has questions about what's going on, I will have all my mods and moderators and stuff like that, and all of my administrators and stuff to put the links, or to put the link in on the chat whenever somebody has a question about it, that they could just refer to this live stream. And I will have other explanations of this too, a piece at a time, but this is just basically an announcement. But also, if y'all want to learn how to do other settings, like clicking on the settings up here in Streamlabs, I will have a Streamlabs lesson too. And as far as the Streamlabs account itself, I will do a lesson on the wedges and stuff too. And as you can see here, it says, introducing Cloudbot. Your chatbot is now available in the cloud. And I'm just going to go to the dashboard for now. But anyway, clicking on the wedges, as you can see here, there's several different wedge gallery options here, and I will teach what each one does in a separate lesson too, a piece. And again, I will be charging money for them too, like for the alert box and how to use it, and how to test out your wedges and stuff. Will cost extra money as well. And depending upon, like, let me scroll down. That way I can go more in depth, like for the general settings, for what you want changed and what you don't want changed. This lesson, this particular lesson, like for general settings, donations, subscribers, members, super chat, pledge, merch, face masks, and yeah, for face mask donations and stuff, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different tabs. Instead of charging a separate price for each tab, I will calculate up how much I want to charge for each tab together, and make it fair that way. That way, y'all are only paying one price for wedges, you know, for the wedge prices. Welcome back, Brayton. Well, that's fine, Brayton. Did you put your laptop on the charger? And also, Brayton, if you missed it, what I was talking about with the wedges here, me and you've already set this up, and you don't have to pay me for it unless you want to. But for those who are going to be new to this, I will be teaching people how to use the Streamlabs chatbot as well, and the Streamlabs OBS as well too. And I will be charging a separate price for that. So if I click on my calculator now, let me put that right there, and let me figure out what I want to charge for this. So let's see here. Donations is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, and plus the general settings will be tab number 8. So I'd probably charge $25, $30 the most for this because of all the wedges. I mean, and not just because of all the wedges, but because of all the settings and stuff in it too. Because when you click on donation settings, as you can see here, how everything changes when you click on it. And then how you do your images, your sound volume, your alert duration, your alert text delay, and stuff like that would cost a lot more money too. Would bring that cost up to the amount that I'm charging for it. Again, to be fair about it. And then of course, let me go to where it says Cloudbot. And then of course, I will show people how to mod, how to put their Streamlabs chatbot as a moderator too. See here, then there's caps protection. I will be teaching people how to use the Streamlabs chatbot as well. which is basically called the Cloudbot now. And since there's not that many settings here, well, actually there's plenty of settings here, but you get the gist. And as you can see here where it says your viewers earn a currency while you stream, they can use their currency in mini games, giveaways, and to trigger a command. I'll be setting that up later, but I will teach people how to set that up live in a separate lesson too. And then of course there's the add poll profile. I haven't done that yet. And then there's of course the add betting profile. There's definitely a lot here to teach people. Well, that's fine, Brayton. But believe me, I will try to find the way to keep this as cheap as possible too. Because I am not going to charge more than people can afford at certain times, but I am still trying to be fair about this pricing. So for the like I said, for the wedges, let me go to my calculator. If I do, again, I'll probably say maybe $30. I'll just say $30 to $40 for the. Let's see here. Oh, I know I'm not gonna make it any lower than 15 for the for certain things. But like I'm saying, like for the Streamlabs itself, I'll have to charge a little bit. For the Streamlabs lesson itself, I'll have to charge a little bit extra for the wedges because of all the settings that it has in it. But for the basic streaming itself, I'm not going to charge no more than, like I said, at least $15. Like you said, 15 being, 15 is cheap enough, which is fine. But for the wedges and stuff that I have to teach people how to use, that'd be I'm going to put $30 on that, and then for 20 people, that would come to $600. So again, as you can see here, I definitely try and make a profit from this. And also the for those who want to donate for my voices and stuff when I do the character voices, I'll let them pay me. I'll let them donate how much they want for that. But for these streaming lessons, like I'm saying, for these lessons, it'll be the green screen is staying at $15. And I will put all these charges in the description below too, in the description of this video below. And I will make it clear again too that I will not be offering these lessons for free. I mean, they will be cheap, but they won't be free. Now for the Elgato itself, I'd have to remember which price that I put on that too. So I don't think I put a price on that yet. But since you're saying that 15 would be cheap enough for the basic streaming lessons as well, I'll do the basic streaming at 10 and the more advanced streaming for the you know, for those who want a little bit more of an advanced lesson, I'll bring that up to at least $15 to $18, but I'm leaving the green screen at $15. So let me get out my notepad a second. So that I can make a note of all these. And again, I'm going to show y'all that I'm doing this live too, so basic streaming will cost $10 and no tax included. And also I'll put the no tax included in any of these at the end. Well, thank you for stopping in, Brayton. Well, that's cool.
Gavin DeGraw. Again, the album is called Find.
Okay, hang on one second, guys. Okay, green screen is going to be $15 a piece. Let's see here. Okay, that was the first two. So green screen, basic streaming, the I think I put the Elgato pricing at 20. So I'll just say game capture pricing.
Doesn't matter how long we spend, I know you're always jumping, 'cause we don't know how to quit. Let's start a riot tonight.
Okay, $20 for the Elgato lesson, or for the capture lesson.
Won't get anything he wants. Play like the top 1% till nothing's left to spend. Take it all, ours to take, celebrate, because we are the champions. Setting it all again. Oh, we on fire, we on fire, running our own campaign, doing all.
Okay, and then I put the more advanced lesson. Let's hear.
Stand up, throw your hands up. Welcome to the other land of dreamers, brothers, sisters, others. Yeah, we on fire like that. Oh, the bond is deeper than skin.
The more advanced streaming lesson I put at 17.
Kind of love that we give. Oh, wherever sits the dawn of mankind, we all belong to a tribe. It's good to know this one's mine. Let's start a riot tonight.
And then, of course, where I've stopped at the Streamlabs wedges so far. Yeah, Streamlabs wedges. I put the $30 charge on them. So let me say AlertBox Hang on one second, guys. Let's see. Let's see here. Streamlabs AlertBox Widgets. Will cost $30. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 right there. So let's see here. Let me make sure I'm not missing any comments on the D Live. Okay, nope. Not that I can tell yet. Okay, anyway, let's get back to what I was talking about now. Okay, now like I was saying, for the base, this is going to be part of the semi-advanced. Well, actually, this will be part of the basic as well. So I'll be showing backfloop how to set up his general settings, his stream, his output, his audio, his video, any hotkeys he might want, and so on and so forth when we do that. And then of course, let me go to showing off the settings here in the Streamlabs OBS as well.
Get up, stand up, throw your hands up. Welcome to the other land of dreamers, brothers, sisters, others. Yeah, we on fire like that. Oh, the bond is
The amount that I'm going to charge for the Cloudbot. Again, to be fair about this, let's see here. Okay, for the Streamlabs Cloudbot, it's going to be I'll do 25 here. And that would be 500 right there as well. Actually, no, I've already got 25. Yeah, I just got 25. So, there we go. And again, that would be for the Cloudbot. Okay, and then, of course, let me okay, as y'all, I will teach y'all how to do a Teespring store later, and I'll teach y'all how to do an Amazon store too. So I'm just going to say for the merchandising lesson, I think I will do I'll do that at $20 as well. So, I'm going to put okay, give me 1 second here, guys. Okay. And then, of course, after the merch, again, that would be for if you want to do the Streamlabs merch, or if you want to do Amazon, or the Teespring. Again, all that would cost $20. Doing a PayPal lesson, I think I'm going to have that cost $15 as well, so okay, now the Patreon page, if y'all decide to do one, I will have to charge a little bit more for that too, because Patreon has new tiers and stuff now. So So for Patreon, depending upon the tiller you want, there's going to be 3 separate prices. There's going to be, actually, let me go to my Patreon for a second.
Gavin DeGraw. Again, the album is called Find.
And again, guys, for this, I may have to relog into my Patreon. That way I can explain more about the pricing that I'm going to have. Okay, let me log in. Okay, let me go to my email a second. Okay, here we go, guys. Doesn't matter how long we spend, I know you're always jumping, 'cause we don't know how to quit. Let's start a riot tonight, a pack of lions tonight. Okay, here we go. Okay, new look, new navigation. Notice something different. Our redesigned creator navigation makes it easier to find and focus on what's important, and to top it all off, we updated our site's look and feel. And as you can see here, okay, here we go, guys. Upcoming updates. Here's what I was wanting to talk about for Patreon and why I'm going to be charging a little bit more. It's saying updates coming to Patreon later this spring. No charges for current creators, but here's the big but, guys. Hey creators, we're giving you a heads up about some changes coming in May. First things first, nothing changes for you with this update at all. We just wanted to tell you about this well before we make changes for creators who sign up for Patreon in the future. So, again, this is why I'll be charging a little bit more for my Patreon lesson, by the way, too. That Patreon is evolving to better suit the needs of the big, beautiful, diverse group of creators on Patreon going forward. We are creating different plans with different sets of features for creators who join Patreon. This Comes with new pricing and payment payment processing rates for future creators, including a new low rate for payments of 3 or less. Why should you care? Because this change allows us to invest heavily in the features and services you depend on to run your business, so we can make them world class. Also, we can add, we can add advanced features like team accounts and our new full-service merch product for creators who really want them. And if you don't want any new features, you don't have to choose them. Oh, hi there, Humble Beast TV. How are you doing? Anyway, continuing on. If you have any questions about this announcement, join the Patreon team and fellow creators for a live stream where we'll be discussing the announcement and answering your questions live. There are a few different sessions for different time zones. RSVP here. Of course, I will be doing that, so let me go ahead and RSVP.
Oh, if there's one thing to be taught, is dreams are made to be called, and friends can never be bought. Doesn't matter how long.
Okay, so
You're always jumping, 'cause we don't know how to quit. Let's start a riot tonight, a pack of lions tonight. In this world, he stops, won't get anything he wants.
we RSVP'd for the March 22nd Patreon stream.
Get up, stand up, throw your hands up. Welcome to the other land of dreamers, brothers, sisters.
Hang on one second, guys.
We on fire like that. Oh, the bomb is deep. The skin, the kind of club that we're in, the kind of love that we give. Oh,
Okay, now let me
we all belong to each other.
exit out of that.
Know this one's mine. Let's start a riot tonight, a pack of lions tonight. In this world, he who stops won't get anything he wants.
Okay, now let me go back.
Till nothing's left to be spent. We don't care, we won't stop. Call your mothers, call the cops. We are the champions. Anything off we get. Oh, we on fire. We on
And of course, I'm going to click on see the announcement. That way I can explain what's going to go on with the pricing here. Okay, for Patreon Lite, this plan is for future creators who want a simple option to launch a membership, without tillers and benefits that they can get up and running within minutes. This plan has no tillers, just a career page with a become a Patreon button that allows patrons to enter any amount they wish. the Patreon Pro, which is what we've got, because all the Patreon founders who basically founded Patreon, when they signed up before these changes take effect, it basically says all creators on Patreon before the plans launch automatically get this plan at their current pricing, meaning I get this at my current pricing. So I will be a Patreon Pro, and as well as Brayton Tendo and anybody else who's had Patreon before will also be a Patreon Pro member. The only way that I'll ever decide to become a Patreon Premium member is if I start getting way more money than I know what to do with. But now on to the pricing. If you want to learn how to do Patreon Lite, I am going to bookmark this page, and I'll basically teach y'all basically teach y'all how to do this based on Patreon's pricing tillers. So let me do this by Patreon prices. So let me go to my first one here. It says Patreon. Okay, Patreon Lite Lesson will I'll say, again, I'm going to do $10 for this one too. The Patreon Pro, I'll have to jump that price up. I'll charge $10 extra for that one. And then of course there's Patreon Premium. Will cost $30. And since I've got that bookmarked, let me exit out of that. Well, exit out of that tab. Okay, let me think. Is there anything else? Oh yeah, I need to look on my... Oh yeah, under where it says My Account. I will teach y'all what the My Account is. And let me make sure I'm not missing any comments too, okay. Nope. I'm not missing any comments, so moving on now. I will teach y'all about my donations. the my members, my wedge themes.
That was awesome! That was so great! Gavin DeGraw. Again, the album is called Find.
And then, of course, there's face masks. And also, guys, if there's anything you want me to learn that I don't know about, that y'all would like me to teach y'all after I learn it, then let me know. But again, once I do learn it, I will have to put a price on it for this how-to series. Well, thank you for a subscription, Resident Furball. How are you doing? I'm going to turn the music off for just a second, guys. So, hang on. Let me just say here under face masks that I will teach y'all how to do all of this in a lesson as well. So, for the Streamlabs My Account edition, let's see here. There are 4 tabs. Let's see here. The face masks, there's only a few settings in here, and then the wedge themes, depends upon how many scenes you got, you will have this will be a part of the settings as well. Or this will be a part of the pricing as well. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. So, let me go into my calculator for a second too. And I will say this will cost no more than this will also cost no more than $25. And then, of course, there is one other thing. Actually, I think there's 2 other things. Let me see here. Okay, there is a Streamlabs chatbot. Create your own chatbot using a custom name. And then, of course, there is the All-Stars. Let's see here. I won't be applying for this for right yet, but if I ever do become an official All-Star, I will apply for this. And then, of course, the wish list. Let me go ahead and edit this while I'm thinking of it. I could take off a game from my wish list. Because I've already got Tetris Attack now. But anyway, I will teach y'all about the wish list here too in the community and growth. And this will cost, since there's not much in this one, we'll put a $10 price tag on this. And then, of course, last but not least, under resources, you got your changelog, there is the blog, community and support, feature suggestions. So basically, the only thing I'll charge a pricing on here for the resources will be teaching y'all about your changelog. And since there's not much to the changelog, I'll just put and the changelog will also cost $10 too. So again, that's as far as I know. That's as much that I can think of right now. I'm getting ready. I'm wanting to do a raid of somebody who may be streaming on YouTube or Twitch or maybe even Mixer, or I'll try to find somebody on DLive. But let me go ahead and save this pricing so I don't have to redo it later. Okay, this is And I'm going to save that in my documents. Okay, all that's done now. I will teach y'all about the Streamlabs store down the line after I figure it out. And also there is themes, which I will teach y'all about later too. But let's go ahead and put our music back on. And I want to get ready to end out this particular announcement slash stream and get ready to rest for the rest of the day. But I will say thank you for the subscriptions, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for all the encouragement. And I will see you guys back here. Oh, I'll go and say, well, back here in our normal streaming headquarters, because I will be playing Quest 64 tomorrow. But I will be playing Quest 64 tomorrow at probably... I'll probably start that at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. That way I've still got some daylight out. So thank y'all for tuning in. And listen to the rest of the fire and everything else going on in the background here. And I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you for tuning in. And let's go join a raid. Or let's go and raid too. So let me see who's streaming so we can raid them. So give me 1 second to find who we're going to raid. Okay, hang on 1 second, guys. Let's see who's on YouTube that we could raid. Oh, and also, Sweeney, if you're still in the background, you know, thank you for commenting. Let's see who's on that we can... Okay, let's see here. Okay, I think today, guys, since we can, I'm going to raid Nintagus. So let me get Nintagus' link. and put it in the chat. Okay, here we go, guys. It's going to be hashtag EZLO raid.
Oh, if there's one thing to be taught, is dreams are made to be called, and friends can never be bought. Doesn't matter how long it's been, I know you'll always jump in, 'cause we don't know how to quit. Let's start a riot tonight.
And we are going to raid Nintagus, like I said.
In this world, he stops, won't get anything he wants.
So,
1% till nothing's left to be spent. Take it all,
again, thank you for tuning in,
celebrate,
and I will see you on Nintagus' stream, guys.